Well, look, you just hope that your movie gets seen, and you hope it connects. So, we've been around the world, and people have seemed to take into it, and it's lovely. Yeah, it's thrilling. It's this movie's been like a labor of love for thousands of people involved. So it's great to finally get to share it.
I just think that they're going to discover the emotional core of the vision that Jim Cameron is expressing here, which is solidarity with the very planet that one lives on. The idea that we need to take care of each other, and we need to take care of our home. And he tells that story in the most exciting way possible, and in the most dramatic way possible, and in the most poignant way possible. It's just a great adventure. And so I hope people will just want to experience that adventure and want to continue to experience the adventure as the saga goes on. Well, I think that it really doesn't matter where you're from, what country, what part of the globe you're from. When you see Pandora, it just has an overwhelming effect. It's so lush, it's so lavish, it's a wonderful place to spend some time. And then, of course, the themes of this are all about family. And again, that's a global deal. We're all family, and so I think that accounts for a lot of the appeal that it has. We started in Europe, Berlin, London, and we stayed in London for a few days, then had a wonderful London world premiere there, actually. Then we flew to Seoul in Korea, and the Koreans were wonderful fans. They were great, and then on to Tokyo, and finally here we are in LA. And and I'm still standing, so.
In the center of all this turmoil and this beautiful planet lies a family that is trying to stay together, that is trying to raise their children, and in times of war. I mean, it was a wonderful experience. This was 7 years in the making, and 5 in the shooting, and we're finally here. I know that for the fans it was more like 13 years. Good things are always worth the wait. Jim has been known for taking his time because he has that much respect and that much love for his followers, for his fans. And he knows that what made Avatar 1 special was the fact that there was a true love story. He needed to wait for this story to sort of tell him where it wanted to go. And I'm so happy he did.
It's exciting to share something that's this global in concept and so meaningful. It's an emotional story, and also just a completely immersive experience. Well, we saw it last week for the first time, and the experience of seeing it, honestly, from the first second it begins, don't even bother to buy some popcorn. You will not want to take your eyes off the screen for 1 second to take a piece. I've never seen anything like it, and I've never experienced anything like it. Well, it's so exciting to be here tonight, just to know we're going to share it with so many people who are so excited. And we've been so excited now for about 10 years, having read the scripts, and it was a wonderful project to be part of. And Jim is a great director. Our ensemble is just wonderful, and so now that we get to share with everybody, it's just the best.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's crazy that the day has finally come, and now we're at the LA premiere, and it's really fun. I'm getting to reunite with people I haven't seen in such a long time, and I can't wait for everyone to see the movie. Worldwide appeal for this story. I guess it is very relatable. I think every character there's so many characters in this film, but they're all shown justice. They all have their own story, and just are finding who they are and where they belong, and are also unique, but love each other. And Yeah, it's really incredible. I think people are going to love the film. It's really exciting. Yes, this film is introducing a lot of new characters and also new creatures and wonders. And we see a part of Pandora that we haven't seen before too. And I just watched the film a couple of days ago, or actually a week ago, and I already can't wait to see it again because there's so much detail, so much to take in, whether it's the characters, the creatures, and the world, and it's really incredible.
I think family, obviously. I know everyone's heard it a number like 1,000 times with family, because it just reinstills family's the most important thing, and we all have one. And it's the lengths we go to protect that. Oh man, I'm just so excited for people to see the new cast of. It's about the Sullys have gotten older, they have a family now, and I play Spider, who's a human who was born and raised on Pandora, and he's already like a teenager, so he already he's a normal teenager, but obviously in a very unnormal environment. I mean, he's the best when it comes to world making. Like I don't know the first thing on how to make a world like he does and how to build it and immerse people in it. Like he's a master.
This is a film for everyone, no matter where you come from, and it is a global film. So I'm so happy that we're doing a global press tour and so many fans can be a part of it. I'm most excited for audiences to meet these characters and to just truly escape in a film that you're gonna feel great afterwards. You're not gonna feel sad, and you're gonna feel like you went on a journey. The main theme is 1000% family. And that family isn't just who you're born with, who you're born to, but also your chosen family. We did the London premiere, but now being in LA and seeing this carpet, which is huge, I feel great, and I feel like it's actually happening. It's a pinch me moment right now.
The main themes are family. It's gonna be heartfelt and emotional. It's gonna be like no blockbuster film that has come out in quite some time. It's an extreme blessing. I'm so happy to be here. Walking into the whole area here, it's like walking into Pandora. Just feeling that feeling over again, it's such a blessing. And I'm so happy to be here and support this amazing film because it means so much to people in this time in the world right now. And it's an important message that needs to be seen, watched, 3D, so yeah.
The emotions, the story, the signing under the water, and the story itself is such a beautiful story. I haven't seen the movie myself, so I am looking forward. I know already that it's going to be the most exciting story ever told. At first, I have to admit that I was a little clueless. I had seen the movie Avatar, but I had an interview with James Cameron, and he said that he had chosen me. And so I rolled up my sleeves. I was excited and honored to work with Avatar in this company and growing with all of the cast and all of the talented people, everyone who was learning the Navi sign language, and the crew who was involved and also picking up those signs. It really felt like a family, and it grew from there. Yes. Finally, because I've been working hard for the last 2 years, and I guess back since 2017 with James Cameron, creating the Navi sign language. It took 2 years to create 300 Navi signs, and now tonight we get to see the real Avatar movie. We'll be seated, I'll be eating my popcorn, enjoying the movie.
Well, I think these movies are made for the fans. I mean, it's a visionary work by Jim Cameron, and all the technicians, crew, artists, everyone that works on it. But I think these movies are made for the fans, and if it doesn't matter to them, it doesn't matter, right? And it's been very gratifying to see how much people love the movie, how much they love the story, and this really heartfelt family tale. I think that's what's really resonating with people, is it's emotional, and it's got high stakes. It's not just about the visual that's going to knock your socks off because Jim's involved, but you know that famous phrase, and never bet against Jim, and I don't think you should.
I'd say for me, I've seen just a little bit. And from what I've seen, I'd say family is a big part. Family is a huge part of it. I mean, you got the environmental parts and all that, but it's family. Yeah. It's been a blessing, honestly, praise God. But honestly speechless. It's like all the different work that was put into it and all the different things that we got put through to be able to be a part of it. It's just been wicked. It's been cool.
Yeah, it's a good moment. Me and the young cast have been waiting for, well, the whole cast and crew have been waiting for this to come out for a long time, and we're just very grateful to be here. We're ready to share it. It's about a family who get pushed out of their home and have to explore a new terrain and try and survive through that transgression. And yeah, they're on an alien world, but it's a very humanistic ideal at heart. It's an absolute honor, and I mean, they've done an amazing work with the script. There's obviously not so much that we can say right now, but the way they've managed to expand the terrain but also keep such a personal ideal at heart is really interesting, and for that to be in the format of an action film is actually quite incredible, and I hope the audience enjoy it.
It almost feels like it's nostalgic, right? It's almost like a franchise that we're bringing back. No, but I think what people don't understand is we've been working on this the entire time. Jim went to work right after that, battled through a first draft, took on writers, brought a whole team together, almost like a writer's room that you do in Hollywood, and slowly this sort of began the progression of not one sequel, then we heard that it was going to be 2 sequels, then they took those 2, split them into 2, there's 4 sequels, and that's where we are right now. This is, for me, I was 27 when I booked this, so think about that. To be on this carpet almost 20 years later, I'm 45 now, almost 20 years later is a magnificent moment. It personally, for me, for my family, for my lovely wife who's here, we're just so excited. Jim, who cannot join us today, we're repping. It's almost like we don't know what to do with him not here, though. We need direction here, Jim. Come on.
Well, first of all, it's a giant spectacle. So, I'm as excited as the audience might be because I haven't seen the film yet. So, as a visual spectacle, I think it's going to be incredible. I look forward to the new characters and watching the development of them and how that pans out. Most importantly, it's a family film. It's a movie about the Sully family. The hardships that they endure, the battle that they take on to protect their family, the tragedies that they endure as well. And I think it's a pretty topical theme. And the last few years have been rough for a lot of people across the country, and I think it hits home for a lot of us.
I think hopefully they will discover the beauty and the exquisite story that Jim has told. I'm just there to support it. One of the advantages I have on this one is that because we're underwater for so much of this, often I get a chance to actually be the story in terms of, tell what's going on musically, and that's obviously a wonderful thing to be able to have to do. But the film is exquisite.
I think what Jim Cameron does, he writes in universal themes. And this movie in particular has the most universal theme of all, family at its center. But Jim doesn't just tell the story from the parents' perspective, he also tells it from the teenage children who are struggling to find their role in life, and that makes it relatable, and these characters are both aspirational and inspirational. I think what I'm most excited for instance to discover is how emotional this movie is. This movie will pull at your heartstrings in ways that you didn't expect. But I think one of the things we were really excited about was bringing back characters that the audience would be familiar with, but introducing a whole new generation of characters that audiences actually can grow up with. And we're also taking them to new biomes. First movie, we were in the rainforest. This movie, we touch on the rainforest, but we go to the incredible oceans of Pandora and give something audience have never experienced before. On our world tour, we started in London, a melting pot of the whole Europe. Everybody came there, met us there. We then went to Seoul, Korea for 1 day. We went to Tokyo for 1 day, and now we're here in Los Angeles. And it's so exciting to finally get to share this movie with audiences truly around the world.